We get the death metal horns up for a fallen death metal master, one Chuck Schuldiner. We are back with the band Death today. Avery Faye says, dude, you got to check out the song from the Sound of Perserverance album, and it's called Flesh and the Power It Holds. Now, to be fair with you guys, I had this record. There was such an influx of good music popping off it all the time. And when you're a poor person and you can't afford to go buy every single record, you have to be slim pickings on what you get. Now, I did have Scream Bloody Gore and I did have Leprosy. And I want to say I had this record as well on CD finally. So I don't know it quite as well as I would have, but we're going to learn about Death, Chuck Schuldiner, and the fine folks that everything about this stuff. And then we're going to listen to that song. We do it for Avery Faye, says you got to check it out. So that's what we do here. Make sure that's hanging down. I like that when it dangles like that. It gives you guys something to look at. You know what I mean? If you're like, I'm sick of hearing him rattle on about horse shit, but I don't mind it when that thing dangles because I can look at that. Let's get into it. Death. 728,000 monthly listeners to the Spotify account. Top 5 jams for this band. Voice of the Soul from the Sound of Perseverance record. 39 million plays. You got Symbolic, possibly from the Symbolic record. Indeed, it is. 26 million plays from that same record, Crystal Mountain. And then, why don't you pull the plug? That's what I had to do to my mother a couple weeks ago. We had to go and pull the plug on her. I'm not fishing for more. I'm sorry, Shane's down in the comments. I'm just saying we indeed had to do that. And this fine, fantastic Chuck Schuldiner wrote a song about it. Pull the plug. 16 million views, plays on that. And then to the Sound of Perseverance record again for the 5th song here, Spirit Crusher, which is beautiful. I feel like I'm going to know the song as soon as it starts ripping in. Look into the albums and see what happened there. You've got Scream Bloody Gore, yes indeed. You've got non-analog on-stage series. Oh, there's a slew of them. So they did like cassette tape recordings of their shows or something. Spiritual Healing, I did enjoy that as well, 1989. We're missing Leprosy for some bizarre reason. It wasn't showing that. But okay, whatever. You got Human, comes out in 1990. Individual Thought Patterns, I do believe I own that as well. Maybe it was that I owned. Symbolic came out in 1995. The Sound of Perseverance comes out in 97. Then you got Human reissues, Individual Thought Pattern reissues. Vivus 2012, I don't know what that is. Then here's Leprosy, Spiritual Healing, Scream Bloody Gore, all super duper deluxe editions. And we hope that all that fine money is going to the Schuldiner family and not just record labels going, gonna keep putting them out. Making those green beans, baby, making them every which way but loose, every day. Look into the related artists for Death. I'll take you down a rabbit hole of other bands to check out. If you love this song from Death, this might be it. And guess what we got here? Carcass, #1. We just did Carcass this Sunday. We did Cross My Heart. Or we're just about to do it, spoiler alert. You got Cannibal Corpse, Obituary. A lot of the same as Carcass here. Mayhem, Morbid Angel, Candlemass, Entombed, Bathory, Sepultura, Exodus, Testament, and Sodom. What song did I hear from Sodom the other day? Agent Orange, the fire doesn't burn. On my kick-ass 80s complete playlist there, don't you know? We're going to look into that bio, and then we're going to get into that song. And you've got an image here, and it's of the band indeed. And I'm going to say this is Perseverance years. And you've got that dude back that kicks ass on the drums, but he's the little red-headed fella there off to the right. He's like a main guy on Howard Stern's show, was always on there. But it's Death, and they're saying, Shane, yes, indeed. He's saying, are you ready to thrash? Are you ready to thrash it and death metal it sweet and tight and right? And I say, I am, sir. And wherever you are in the vectors of the multiverse, I wish you all the best. Over the course of more than a decade and increasingly accomplished albums, Chuck Schuldiner, the architect behind the ambiguous Death, became a bona fide heavy metal icon, now widely recognized as the father of death metal. If a single candidate must be chosen, his resume is about as good as it gets. Schuldiner's singular drive and ruthless creative vision, guaranteed that death would ever represent the cutting edge of styles development. Indeed. Oh, there's an indeed in here. Indeed. While the savagely raw aggression contained in Death's first 3 albums proved crucial to spearheading the first generation of death metal bands, the astounding musicianship and increasingly sophisticated songwriting found on their later day efforts surely influenced even more groups. It was going to keep going there, guys. It is that time for our friend Avery Faye, the wonderful Flesh and the Power It Holds. And we'll see, maybe it'll ringle-dingle in my head. I mean, come on, I was at plenty of keg parties. So where someone put a, bro, I got the new Death album in there. Just put it in. All right, here we go. Titty, titty, boom, boom, bang. Here we go. Oh, we got a little splash cymbal in there. I love it. He ain't afraid to smack them splashes. This does sound vaguely familiar to me. This is... Oh, mastery on their instruments. There we go, baby. I didn't want him to be prog masters the whole damn time. Come on with it.
I told you once, but I will say it again.
Yeah, I remember he went higher with the vocal. I like it lower, but...
It's the beginning of the end. It'll take you in. It'll spit you out. Behold the flesh and the power it holds.
Got a bit of creator in it, would you say? Especially with his higher pitched vocals. I like that lower stuff he used to do.
Passion is poison life with pleasure bittersweet. One of many vessels that heart is deep beneath. It'll take you in, and it'll spit you out.
Take you in?
Behold the flesh when the power it holds.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, this really is kind of stepping it up a notch in the death metal, right?
Touch.
Every deathcore progressive metal, death metal, that has to say death is it.
Breathe. Go down.
Dude's a badass on the drums. Oh,
Take a bow, already knew. For the first thing
furious.
we know to let go, but we're speaking no more. Like the wind upon your face,
It's like a furious rat race. Did I change the shape?
it sounds like Just be prepared.
Yeah, give us something to chew on. Boy, that snare is tight as a whip. Not that time. There it is. Kind of broke the structure too, didn't he? Versey, chorusy type of situation with the. I'm glad I looked, guys. You got 4 more minutes. We call these sagas. All those instruments are just sitting right there. Is that Chuck ripping the solo? A little bit of roots in Iron Maiden. I would have stopped it right here. It's so nice of them to let the bass player have a little bit. I'm nervous. These guys are going to pull some funny business at the end of the song. It's going to go right into the next song. I know it. They've already done that twice to me.
Like fire carried by the wind.
Like fire carried by the wind.
On those flights. Behold the flesh when the power it holds.
Some of that guitar noodling he's doing
It's built
reminds me a little bit of Chris Oliva from Sabotage.
It's time to begin the end of a time. It'll take you in.
Take you in.
And it'll spit you out. Behold the flesh where the power it holds. Touch. Taste.
If they don't stop this on a dime, I'm going to be very disappointed. They've stopped it on a dime 3 times. Yeah, you stop this on a dime, 100%. Reminds me of something.
Like the wind upon your face. You can't see it, but you know it's there.
8 seconds left.
It's ugly face. Just be prepared.
That's almost a stop it on a dime. Voice of the Soul. Nice acoustic guitar there at the beginning. Some people could say that Chuck Schuldiner was the man that created death metal. You know, Possessed might have a few things to say about that. But that he was the founder, the godfather or whatever of death metal. But then there could be an argument made that he was also the founder of the progressive death metal scene. Because then when he changed it and started getting really progressive there, maybe my brains just weren't prepared for that yet. And then I heard the higher voice and stuff going up in there, and I was like, I like that low. That he had a very original low-sounding voice. But what say you? You might be smarter than me and better than me in all the ways. And you say, Shane, he's a genius. When he was merely a child when he did those first records. And he became an absolute genius when he did those later records. And you're just a little too slow and not smart about it. So I giggle at you, sir. I laugh at you, sir. Get down there and tell me. Good, great, fantastic, Shane. I'm a huge fan of Death. And I can't remember what logo I used, but I think they did kind of carve it up into a nice way. And they got rid of the spooky webs and the spider and the thing. But I like the one that has all the blood and the spider webs and all of that on it. But they said, guys, let's not have this silly stuff on there. Let's keep the logo, but get rid of all the silly little drawings and stuff. All-time favorite albums, all-time favorite songs from Death. Can you tell me a fun story about meeting Chuck Schuldiner or knowing Chuck Schuldiner or anything like that? Do you think that I'm saying his name wrong? You say it's Dude Schuldiner. Why do you keep saying it like that? Well, because one Gene Hoglan said it that way in an interview, and that's the way I call it. Okay? You say not good, not great. Shane, it was a lot of gritty growling with a high-pitched kind of gritty little bird type of character screaming at me the whole time. But it's technical, fast stuff going on, but it's just scary. It was like a circus ride where one of the wheels came off the roller coaster, and I'm just hoping to God I can get off it before it crashes. I don't want it, don't need it, never going to listen to it again. All of that can be put in the comments below. Don't you know, if you got a request, want to see it on the channel, all you got to do is hit those links that I've provided down below, or you can put it in the comments. If you put it in the comments, I see it, like it, and we haven't done it, you'll know, because I'll hit it with a heart, tell you I'm going to do your request. My friend, Avery, there's your thumbs. And I'm not, you know, I love me some Chuck Schuldiner, okay? So don't be, you know, this is the perfect kind of stuff to do here on the first listens because I'm not as familiar as I would be with a, say, Leprosy record, okay? Death!